Welcome, YouTube, and welcome to everybody who is tuned in to the channel, tuned into the videos. My name is Nigel Schroeder, aka the Credit Sensei, and today I'm here to give you guys my credit journey. So, if you are new to this channel, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure that you are tuned in and that you continue to stay tuned in for the videos that are going to be coming um, on live right now. We just got off of a prior live. Uh, so I want to make sure that everyone's getting over to this live from the other channel. So just give me a couple seconds to uh, make sure that this is getting shared out and brought over. Let's see, we got two people in the house. We got Shy Sarai Ball says, hey, what's up? Welcome and thank you for tuning in. Just sent out a quick notifier to everyone through YouTube, through my main channel, and I'm about to send one out through Instagram and TikTok. So like I said, just give me one quick second to get this out so that we can have some people pop in here tonight with us. But tonight we're just gonna do a really quick, uh, really quick video, my credit journey over here on my my secondary channel, the Credit Sensei. So um if you're new to this channel, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get started. So, all right, tonight, or should I say, uh, well, yeah, tonight, heading into this morning, we're gonna start off talking about my credit journey and how I got into credit. So my journey originally started off at the young age of 17. I was in a situation where I didn't actually know I was building my credit when I first started building my credit. So I always like to say to people that it's important that we educate our youth on credit and what it is and how it affects them and their lives moving forward, because you never want for your child to be in a situation where they start building a credit profile and they're not aware of it, and then later on down the line they have to um reap the benefits, um or should I say reap the consequences of poorly managed credit. uh I see hip to the dip is here, says hello. I want to say hello. As you guys come in, make sure that you hit that like button just as well as you comment. Let me know that you're here. So, once again, I started building my credit profile at the age of 17 unknowingly. So, in the United States, of course, typically you cannot start building credit until you reach the age of 18, with the exception of taking out a student loan. There are also a few other exceptions in certain states. You may be able to obtain credit if you are either emancipated, or you may also be able to obtain credit if you have an adult co-signer that's a parent or grandparent in certain states. But in my situation, unknowingly, at the age of 17, what happened was I graduated from high school as well as with my associate's degree from being a dual enrollment student, and I was going off to college. And I had no real knowledge of credit. I didn't know what it was, I didn't know that it existed. And my mother at the time didn't have much knowledge of credit either. And her advice to me on credit was don't get any. Um, don't take out loans, don't get any credit or anything like that. If you do take out a loan, just let it be a student loan, let it pay for school, blah blah blah. And that was the knowledge that I'd gotten. And if you ever borrow money, you pay it back as quick as you possibly can. These were the rules of credit that I was given. So when I initially went to college, they came to me and they're like, "Hey, you have a big enough scholarship that you don't have to get a loan. However, if you want this money, it's excess money out there, you can get it." So, I was like, "Oh well." My mom told me not to get a loan, so hey, I'm getting a loan. So like I said, my scholarships were and my Pell Grant was covering everything, and I was still getting back a small amount, but I wanted to get more back, so I went ahead and I took out a student loan. I took that student loan and I did what every college student does when they get their first student loan. I bought a laptop, I bought my textbooks, I bought some food, and I blew the rest on clothes and stupidity. All right, what every college student does when they get their first financial aid refund check, guaranteed. All right, so well, not guaranteed because now some of you all are watching me, so you won't make the same mistakes that I made. Hopefully, uh, let's see. I see a comment come in, so I just wanted to answer real quick. Looks like Jay Miss says, "How old are you?" I'm 23 years old. Um, so once again, I get the student loan unknowingly. At the time, uh, I had no clue what it was really. All I knew was I was borrowing money. They told me I didn't have to pay them back until I got out of school. And for me, that meant that I had a year and a half to pay them back $1,000. So I said, okay, hey, cool, no problem. I'm gonna get this student loan. And the smart thing that I did do, or sorry, $2,000. So the smart thing that I did do was I sent them back $1,000 instantly. Reason being, one of my friends told me like, hey, if you borrow the money, at least if you send them back half of it, then you'll be good for down the line. You could say at least you paid back half of it. So I was like, all right, cool. So I sent them back half of it. Um, and then at that point now I have this other $1,000. So like I said, laptop, some books, some food, and blew the rest on clothes, stupidity, just having fun. All right. Then now this money's gone, but I had a job. So I was working. So every month I would diligently take that $100 and put it right towards paying that loan off and paid the loan off. Little did I know that you could defer student loans. Little did I know that it can drop your credit score from paying them off early. Little did I know, the interest rates on student loans are lower than other interest rates or any of these things. I had no knowledge of these things. I didn't even have knowledge that I had a credit profile at this point. So what ends up happening is I'm running a business and as well as working. And so I'm saving up money, stacking up money. Um I'm living with friends. Excuse me, and I'm paying very minimal rent. So I'm not really, too worried about finances at this point. So I say, okay, well, now let me start saving and being smarter with my money. So I I go to Bank of America, which is who I was at, who I was banking with at the time. I go to Bank of America and I say, "Hey, uh, I want you guys to give me um, $300 in ones in cash, And the reason why I was doing this is it was I was watching a Dave Ramsey video at the time, and Dave Ramsey was talking about spending money in ones. And he said if you budgeted your money and you spent it out in ones, then you would spend less money because you would not want to physically count out that much money. So if you wanted to make a dumb purchase, it would be a lot harder for you to count out 100 ones or 200 or 300 ones to make that dumb purchase. And so you would think about it more before you make that purchase. So I'm like, okay, well, this makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and take it upon myself that I'm going to start doing this. So the lady at the bank, of course, she's like, well, what do you want, $300 in ones for? You're going to have fun this weekend. I'm like, no, I'm actually not. That's why I'm getting this money like this in this manner, is so that I will stop having fun and doing stupid stuff with my money. And I was explaining to her my budgeting tactics, and she's like, okay, well, that's good. And she said, so now, what I want you to do is, she said, I want you to go ahead and apply for this credit card. You're pre-approved for it, and you can get the sign-up bonus and this and that. She's explaining all this stuff to me, and I'm like, hey, that's all cool, well and good, but you wouldn't give me a credit card if I was willing to take it. And she's like, why not? It says you're pre-approved. And I said, I want to know off of what basis, because I'm 17. And so she didn't believe me at first. So I gave her my ID. She went in my bank account. She pulled it up and she goes, so you have this much money and you have this type of knowledge, responsibility, but you're only 17. I was like, yeah. When do you turn 18? So I'm like, hey, you got my ID right there. You can tell me. So she's like, oh, so November. Cool. So come back on your birthday and we're going to open up this card. So I went on my birthday. We opened up the Bank of America cash reward student card. Excuse me. So that was my beginning of my official knowledge of my credit journey. And the lady who signed me up, she was a really nice lady, went in there and she really just explained to me in a very simple manner, as long as you pay your card in full every month, you should never have a problem. Your credit score will remain high. Everything will be good. And so that was all I knew at this point was, hey, get the card, pay it off in full every month. I can get bonus points and whatever. Cool. So I was doing that. And then eventually I started, eventually what ends up happening is, I want to say 2 years later, I am going for a job and I'm working a job. I'm working in the school system. I'm still driving the same broke down car that I had from high school. You know, literally, I wish if I find a picture of it, I'll put it up so that you guys could see it. Um, but the car I had in high school, the whole car was gold except for my dad had hit something on the right side, so the fender on that side wasn't gold. He went to not Copart, but I think one of the junkyards, and he pulled a fender and got it put on the car. So that side, the fender's black, but the rest of the car is gold. Right. And I'm pulling into schools and stuff, driving this car everywhere because I'm a substitute teacher at this point in time. And and so it just kind of got to the point where one end, it was an embarrassing. On the second end, everybody knew the car. Then what ended up happening is, like I said, I loved that car and I was driving it so long. When I took it to the mechanic, he literally told me, he was like, man, I can't save this car. He was like, you're running off of 5 cylinders. It's a 6-cylinder car. Your engine is just done. You need a completely new engine. It will cost you more than just buying another one of these cars. So finally, I got convinced into buying another car. And so this is when the beginning of my real credit journey begins. But before I get into it, let me go ahead and get in these comments because I see some comments here. So JMS says, hey, I found your YouTube I'm 25, by the way. How do I have multiple high limit cards and my credit score is 725? That when it comes to having um when it comes to having multiple high limit cards, the limit on your card does not actually affect your credit score. So this is a big misconception for a lot of people. The limit on your card affects your utilization because it allows you to spend more before you begin to affect your credit score. So by you having a 725, it may be from missed payments, it may be um or not missed payments, but because that missed payments you wouldn't be that high still, but it may be from high utilization, or something else going on your credit profile, um that would give them, not enough credit history. Maybe you have a short history. If you have, 2 or 3 years of history versus 8 years, that those are the things that'll keep you down. To be completely honest with you, once you get into the 700s, you're pretty set. Most lenders are going to lend to you. Once you hit, like 750, everything over 750 pretty much is considered perfect. A lender's not really looking at a 750 any different from an 800, in most cases. I see Hip to the Dip says, I just up to your channel. I look forward to seeing what you have to offer. Thank you. Thank you. Um, I'll get some more coming out there. JMS says, and I think he said, what business do you own? It's good to see brothers being self-sufficient. For myself currently, I have my production company, my holding company, the real estate, um, the t-shirt company. I was breeding dogs. Um, we were also doing a family production company, which we kind of have subsided from. And this year I'm getting into international real estate, so I'm going to incorporate that. And then my last and final active company is my boys mentorship program that we're launching this year as well. So that's really what I'm into. It's mainly just real estate, YouTube, and mentorship. Those are the main things. We're going to be introducing new things and new avenues, um, and we're going to be bringing in-house for certain things that we already have. Like we already have the t-shirts and stuff like that, but that's going to be going through a partnership that we have um with a company that's going to be a part of the network, basically, um or really is already a part of the network. So let's see. Shai Sarai says, good questions. Definitely good questions. I love those questions. Ulysses says, hello, how are you doing tonight? I am doing great. I am ecstatic. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad that I got 3 people over here. It's crazy because I've had live streams with hundreds of people um in them. Literally, I was just on TikTok with like 400 people a few days ago. But I'm happy to have these 3 people because right now where I'm at, it's 12 o'clock in the morning. And so that means on the West Coast, it's 9 o'clock. So that means it's somewhere between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock for everybody at night, or early in the morning for everybody watching this live stream. And so I appreciate that. And I just saw my number jump up to 5. So I appreciate you guys who just jumped in here as well. Thank you. Please make sure you hit that like button and please make sure that you comment, say what's up, and let me know any questions that you have in the stream. Um, so once again, so now, like I said, I'm driving the car. I can't drive it no more. It's broke down. The mechanic tells me there's nothing he can do for me. He can't fix it. So I go to the car dealership. At this time, I know nothing about purchasing a car. My mom has only ever purchased a new car cash. My dad is just telling me don't purchase a new car. And my mom is like, hey, go ahead and treat yourself and get your new car. So at this point, I'm kind of, struck between, do I listen to my mom? Do I listen to my dad? Do I listen to my inner emotions? What do? I go to a car dealership. Listen, the worst place that you could go if you don't know what to do is to a salesperson and ask them, should you buy what they're selling? But mind you, at this point in time, I'm 18 years old, and I would like to think that this other African American guy, um, who should I say also was Afro Caribbean at that. So, same culture and everything. So they sent him out to me to be a point of contact, to be somebody who I identify with so that he could emotionally connect with me. And then he started talking to me about his son and tutoring his son and all these things, and tried to build an emotional connection and tried to play on my heartstrings, which eventually ended up working after a few hours in the car dealership. And I went ahead and said, yeah, go ahead and run my credit. He runs my credit. He says, oh, well, you actually have really good credit, but you don't have a lot of history. So since you don't have a lot of history, the best we can do is get you Santander, which if you know Santander, you understand where this is going. And we're gonna hook you up with that and put you in a car today. How much can you afford to pay? So I made the mistake of telling them, once again, mistake. So what does he do? He goes and throws a bunch of points on that deal, and it ends up making making a killing, I'm sure, in commission off of that deal. This same salesperson actually also, I went and referred him someone. He did close on it. He got the sale, and he never sent me my referral check either. Um, but once again, this is why now I would never go back to that dealership or purchase another car from them ever again. And when people ask me about them, I always tell them, don't go to them. I say I got some more people coming in. Um, so let me I'm gonna address them in just a second, you guys. I'll be right over there to you. I want to get a little bit deeper into the story. So basically, I get this car and I'm paying the payments, and at this point I don't know that I got put into a bad deal. And I don't think that I got put into a bad deal because typically, we as a people try to stick together and try to help each other out. He could have even said, hey man, check out a pre-owned car or something, and try to work a better deal or something, but he didn't do that. So what ends up happening is I get into a car accident. When I get into this car accident, the person hits me. When they hit me, the auto insurance company tried to the auto insurance company basically tried to settle out the deal and make it an even split. Of course, we didn't agree to that. So then they made it a 60-40. So then their insurance paid 60%, my insurance paid 40%. They wouldn't total out the car due to it being a 60-40, and her car was not a new car. So it wouldn't, work out. But my car ran into a fire hydrant. So when I get the car back, it's not driving good. They don't want to, they don't want to replace the they don't want to replace the car. They don't want to fix the car any further. They don't want to do anything because my car was only like $1,000 under being totaled according to them. Or no, a few $100s under being totaled according to them. But I saw where the estimate came in for the damage adjuster higher, and then they went and adjusted that down, and then they adjusted it up a little bit, and then they said, oh, we're going to put it just under the threshold of being totaled. So basically, they were trying to avoid it being totaled, and they didn't want to total it, even with me having gap insurance, because of how bad of a deal that they put me in. So it was barely anything paid down on the principal, so it would have came out a lot of money for the insurance company. So what ends up happening is I'm 18 years old. They don't, or 19, I think, at the time of my accident. They won't give me a rental car. I have nobody to sign off on a rental car for me because I don't live in the same area as my parents. And at the time, my dad, he lives closer to me than my mother. His license was suspended. I'm being transparent. So, hey, I had no options. So I said, hey, you know what? Just go ahead, trade in the car the way that it is. You guys fix it with the insurance money and all that. Give me something that I can drive now, and we'll keep it moving. So then my payments go up, everything, and this is when I'm actually starting to learn about credit, finance, and interest rates. At this point, I realize now how bad of a deal I'm in because they're trying to roll over the negative equity. And then they don't want to allow me to get in any cars. They're raising my payment $100 a month. I'm seeing that my interest rate is 15%. They're trying to finance me through dealer financing. I'm seeing the credit inquiries coming through 20, 30 inquiries because they shotgunned my credit score out to drop it so I couldn't go to another dealership. And this is when I start to realize, wow, these people are nasty. These people are filthy. They are disgusting. I cannot believe they're doing this. But I didn't have another choice at this point in time because I needed a car so that I can continue going to work so that I can make the payment so it wouldn't destroy my credit. So at that point in time, that's what I do. And um and so we start moving forward. Now, I'm the type of person, I don't like being put into a bad deal and not knowing why or how. But I realize at this point I'm in a bad deal. So I start doing research. And before I go into that part, I'm going to go ahead and go back over to the chat uh, and answer some of the questions I see in here. So we got JMS. Please let me know how to pronounce that or what you got going on there, because I'm bad with pronunciations and stuff like that. And I don't know if it's Miss or MS or what it's supposed to stand for. So just let me know if you just got a name you want us to call you. You know, we call you Susie or Johnny or whatever you want to be called. Um, so let's see. It says, I'm in Texas. Have you thought about gold? Yes, actually, this year my sister bought all of us a an ounce of silver for Christmas presents. So we're looking at tangible assets and things of that nature. My grandfather was investing in gold stocks. I was thinking about potentially starting to buy the grams of gold and and do stuff with that. So yes, I've definitely been looking into gold. I was also looking at platinum, silver, and some of the other precious metals and what's out there. Chambe says, "What's up, my brother? What's up, Chambe? Shout out to Chambe. Chambe been following me for a while, so appreciate you for popping over here." Let's see. Hip to the Dip says, how many credit cards do you currently have? What's your highest limit? My highest limit is it's got to be the unlimited cards because I have the unlimited spending on the American Express business, green, the gold card, and then I have another business green. So those are, of course, unlimited spending. You can spend whatever you want to spend. Um, how many credit cards do I have? I couldn't even tell you. If I wanted to take a guess, right now it's probably around 25 ish. I had closed some out and opened some new ones, and I never went back and counted again because there's only certain ones that I really use on a daily basis. So because I don't use the other ones regularly, I don't really necessarily keep up with them as well as I should. I just kind of monitor my accounts overall to make sure that there's not spending going out of them. But highest limit as far as a just regular card, I want to say 12 grand is my highest limit on an individual card. Um, let's see. James, all right. So James says I have none. Gotcha. Well, James, let us know why you have none. If you're interested in credit cards, why you here, just let us know. Give us some information. Or unless he's talking about the gold. Um, but like I say, let us know. Child Base says, keep doing what you're doing, bro. I have no doubt in my mind you will get there soon. Yeah, man, I'm grinding right now. Only thing that really has held me back for so long is all the legal challenges behind the scenes. And no, I don't have any criminal court or anything like that, but dealing with family court and immigration and all types of stuff, trying to help family members out, trying to help myself out, trying to, help these children and invest time in them and, be an active father or parental figure, whatever you want to call it, just doing that and being present. Um, that's pretty much where I've been invested. That's pretty much where I've been putting all my time, my energy, and everything. And like I say, I love YouTube. I love spending time here. I love being invested with my people and giving and sharing information. Um, I just personally have been so busy and had so much stuff going on. It's like, like what am what am I supposed to do? When I have all this other stuff going on, um, you know, I can't take all my eggs and put them in one basket. But what I can do is I can take eggs, I can put them in one basket, and then I can go get another basket and go get some more eggs. And that's what I've been working on and trying to fill up baskets and keep moving to the next one, the next one, the next one. But maybe one of them tipped over a little bit, so I got to run back and fill that one back up. And that's all it's been. But we're getting there. Tommy says, "You genius, bro." I don't think I'm genius, but I appreciate it. I think I'm persistent. I just don't give up. I'm that type of person. I don't ever give up. If somebody tells me I can't do it, I do it. Or I figure out some type of a way to make it happen. Just because you tell me I can't do something doesn't mean that I can't do it. It just means that I have to figure out a new and more creative way to do it because your mind state wasn't there to do it. Jane says, "Are you Haitian?" That was a very valid question. No, I'm actually not Haitian. Recently this year, I kind of found out what I am. I still don't know 100% everything in my family history, but on my mother's side, it's Native American. It's Caucasian, mostly from Scotland, Wales, Ireland. There's some French and Spanish and German and stuff like that in there too. On my father's side, he's primarily of African descent. Um, my father was born in the Bahamas. He's Bahamian. Um, and his mother was also Bahamian. From my father's from Nassau. My grandparents on that side were from Andros. And my other grandfather was born in San Salvador, but he was a descendant of um, some people who came over from Turks and Caicos Islands. So basically, on that side of my family is primarily Bahamian and Turks and Caicos, which is pretty much all one and the same. What I like to tell everybody is if you know our history, you know our history. If you're Haitian, if you're Dominican, if you're Puerto Rican, if you're from the Virgin Islands, if you're Guyanese, if you're from South America, you know about the Arwaks, you know about the Lucans, you know about the Tainos, you know about the Caribs. You know we're all one and the same. It doesn't really matter what island your people landed on. We all descend from the same Native Americans. We all descend from the same Africans that came over on the slave ships. So I don't care what island you from, what language you speak, whatever. They like to try to separate us with all this race stuff. We're all one and the same. We're all the same people. Race, when they ask me my race is human, majority of the time, I try to avoid that question. If I have to put it, I check so many boxes. They tell me, oh, you can't check that many boxes. Why does it matter? Who does it matter to? I spread the truth and people don't like that. People get upset with the truth and I don't I don't understand why. I have white ancestors, I have black ancestors, I have Hispanic ancestors, I have Caribbean ancestors, I have South American ancestors. I'm sure if I look far enough back, I got Asian ancestors and everything else. So whatever, we're all descendants of the same people. But yeah, the island, like I say, the island chain that my family is from, Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. Um, but I got my sister's half Haitian, so it just that's just how it is. Sorry for that history lesson, y'all, and that long spiel, but I don't know. I'm I'm so against the whole concept of race. It just aggravates me. Um, let's see. Chame says, "Let me share some good news. I haven't applied for any credit cards in about 5 months. Last week I applied for Fidelity Visa and boom, 20G approval. Couldn't believe it. This card I wanted for a long time. Hey, congratulations. Hey, Chame, I'll be completely honest with you. I got a new board, and so I don't know which button is my clapping button. So I think it's this one. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I had to get a new board. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to set that up. Oh no, that was a laugh, and this my clap button right here. Okay, okay, there you go. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. All right. You see, I'm gonna do James. Yeah, I got you now. I got you now, boss. I got you, James. Got you locked in. All right. Joe Harris says, Mr. 99, what's up? Keep going, bro. All right. James said Mr. 99. Some of y'all don't recall the original channel. Originally the channel name was Mr. Suave 99, which was my nickname and in the year I was born, Suave, and my nickname, and then 99 the year I was born, so which is Mr. Suave 99. That's how that was came up with. So just in case you wondering, that's who he's talking about. He said, "What's up? Keep going, bro. What's up? What's up?" Uh, 1 second, y'all. All right, let's see. Shout out to Joe. Ulysses says, "Keep up the good work. Thank you, appreciate it." Chambe says, "You know why I like about you, bro. You always modified people on this young age." I think he's saying like I'm always, thinking differently and just outside of the norm. Um, and that's just me. I think differently. You know, um, I'm a different style of person. I have a different thought process from a lot of people. I don't think outside of the box. Um, I think around the box, if that makes sense. Uh, you know, um, I feel like putting yourself in a box and putting yourself on a straight and narrow path does exactly that. It puts you on a straight and narrow path with everybody else. And we've seen where straight and narrow paths have led people. Uh, and so just for myself, I say, I like to think around what other people think about and just change and modify it and make it into something bigger. Hey, this is record breaking, y'all. I gotta get into this some more, but man, 9 people over here on the backup channel on the Credit Sensei. Thank y'all for everybody who's in the building. Shout out to anybody who's watching tonight. If you know anybody that's up, hit that share button. Tell them to come over here, hang out. Y'all, I appreciate everybody who's here. James says, I am trying to get a couple credit cards to start a business. I have good credit, but I applied for the USAA Bank and Capital One, and I'm going to apply for Navy Fed because don't think they, I don't think they what, man? You gotta let me know. But yeah, so James, if you're looking to start a business, I would definitely get in with the American Express network. Navy Federal is also good for business cards because they have those ghost cards where Navy Federal credit cards don't report to the personal side, and they also don't report to the business side. So if you're someone who's looking towards a Navy Federal card, you can get a Navy Federal business card, and it won't report to either credit report. And so that debt is just kind of ghosted. And as long as you pay it on time, it's not going to negatively impact either of your credit reports, but it won't positively impact them. So just always keep that in mind. I like the American Express cards because even though you do personally guarantee them, you can open up multiple American Express cards in one day. I have a video on my other channel where I described how you can use American Express and get 4 business cards at one time with only one credit inquiry. So, that's something that you may want to check out if you're looking for business funding. Um, and of course, excuse me, that could be a viable option, but just remember, slow and steady wins the race with any type of credit. But you can definitely get good funding with American Express for business. My man is in the building. What's up, bro? From Aaron Ford. What's up? What's up, boss? I'm glad to see you in the building, man. We definitely got to tap in. Aaron, I want to bring you on the channel too. I ain't talked to you about this yet, but I'm putting some pressure on you. Come say it live now. I want to bring Aaron on the channel because Aaron's somebody who's been subscribed for a long time. Aaron is somebody who has been through the ups and downs of the channel. Subscribed to both channels, been through the network, been through the funding process, purchase authorized user trade lines, just been here up and down. And most importantly, and what touched my heart the most is that I saw Aaron grind his way up from the bottom all the way to now being a homeowner. So shout out to Aaron. Y'all gotta give those flowers, give that man his applause, give credit where it's due, because it takes a lot of work from you as an individual. And man, like I said, shout outs to Aaron, y'all. Aaron's that amazing person that y'all just don't know. Aaron has sat here and listened to me rant when I've had my my angry African American man off the channel rants. Aaron's heard it all. That's my boy. I always say, whenever we get the chance, we gotta link up. Because anytime I need to call and rant, if we just want to talk about something or anything, we just always have good conversation and just always cool, down to earth person, great supporter, and I'm really appreciative to have Aaron here on the channel. Next comment is Aaron as well. He says, glad to see you on. This man is the truth. He helped bring me from the depths. Yeah, man, it's crazy when we go and we look back at the beginning and then we look at now and it's like, wow, we came this far. We went all the way from back there to here. And that's what I was just explaining. I got into my first credit deal unknowingly. Second one knowingly. Third one I knew, but I didn't know because I wasn't informed on interest rates or any. I mean, the first 3 deals, I didn't know what an interest rate was. I didn't know what APR was. So how can you sign a contract and you don't know what an interest rate is? I knew how to calculate interest. They taught me that in school, but they didn't teach me that if you go and sign up for a credit card, that this interest is going to be put on to your balance. But if you pay it within 30 days, it's not. But if you pay it past that 30 days, this is what we're going to charge. They don't tell you that in school. They don't teach you that. Come on, y'all. They're not teaching y'all that. They're not teaching you about statement dates. They're not teaching you about balance sheets. Most schools don't even teach you how to write a check no more. Come on. And it's a shame, especially for us as they call us, minorities, the poor and disenfranchised citizens of America. The underprivileged, at-risk youth, all the names that they like to conjure up to call people that they have led to the deaths for all these years. and systematically attacked those people. They don't like to teach us how to climb out of that. They don't teach us how to climb out of that. Now we're starting to learn for ourselves. Now we're starting to see these things for ourselves. We're starting to learn the strategies of how they've been doing us all these years. I just watched an interview with 50 Cent this morning, and it was crazy because 50 Cent talked about being in the business world and being from the hood. And he said, he said the difference between the business world and the hood is in the business world, somebody will rob you with a smile on their face, sliding a paper to you. He said in the hood, at least they had the decency to pull out the gun so you know you're being robbed. And that couldn't have been any closer to the truth. Couldn't have been any closer to the truth. Because that's how it works. They sit right in your face, they smile. You're getting a new car, 25% interest rate. I felt dog with a 15% interest rate, but I had friends who got 25% interest rates, 30% interest rates, got straight dogs. And the sad thing is a lot of times that happens to us by our own people. Like I said, that deals with my own people. The people who we're supposed to identify with. All right, let me get off my rant. Hip to the Dip says, I have an 800 credit score, but Bill credit card denied me just yesterday. Well, guess what? Who cares? You know how many other credit card companies there are? Hey, listen, one thing y'all got to understand. The worst thing that they can say is no. And the best thing that they can say is, yes, you're approved for $50,000. Right? So, once again, what are we looking at here? Someone with an 800 credit score being denied. Why would you be denied with 800 credit score? They could say that you're overqualified for their product. They could, it could be something with demographics and potential redlining, which they say doesn't exist, but it does. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Potentially they didn't have the funding available at the time when you applied. But potentially there's other banks on the market. So shop around and go places. One thing that you learned, if you just in that last live stream that I was in before I came on this one with Rod, what Rod gonna tell you? You got options, baby. You got options. You got that 800 credit score, you got options. You go where you want to go. You can go where you want to go. You don't have to go where they're leading you. For those of us who they led us down that dark path to a 500 credit score, for those of us, when they led us down that 500 credit score, they knew that we could only get in with OneMain Financial and Credit One and all these other companies that are subprime lenders. They knew where they were taking us. They knew where they dropped us off, 50% APR. They knew where they dropped us off. When you got that 800 credit score, you go in there, they say, 0% interest. 1% interest, 2% interest. You can't even buy a point once you got an 800 credit score. No, we can't give you nothing lower than 0. Here, take our money, borrow it for free. Go, run off with it. Go make you some money with it. It's a different game. Aaron Ford says, I'm down anything to help the 99 fam. Yes, sir. I know. And I, like I said, I appreciate it, man. I really do. Wholeheartedly. Aaron says, I'm trying to get like hip to the dip. That's awesome. I know, right? For me, it's just waiting out the few more years to get in the history I want. That's why I haven't really been applying for any cards, because I want to build my history up. That's been my main thing, building up my history, because now I have all the YouTube studio equipment. I got the office space. I got the microphones on the swing arms around here, the boards, the cameras, the everything. I got multiple camera angles and everything in here, but I just like shooting off this one angle. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So, we got all that stuff. got all that stuff set up now. So for me, now it's like, okay, let's just keep moving, keep progressing, keep moving, keep progressing. That's all that I'm looking at is progress and moving forward. All right, so like I said, let's get back into the story real quick. So, like I said, I'm doing research. As I'm doing research, I start to get mad. I start to get infuriated. I'm upset. I'm utterly appalled. I have agita at this point. All right, because what I'm looking at is I'm looking at these numbers and I'm seeing how horrible this deal was. And I'm seeing how someone who I trusted, someone I entrusted, I put my faith in, just boom, knocked my head off, threw me backwards. Right. So I'm like, wow, this is horrible. This is really horrible. So now I start working an extra job, I start paying off the car faster and doing all that stuff. But I'm also like, no, you know what? This is happening to other people. It's not just me. Then what ends up happening is they hit a lawsuit. They sue Santander. But see, when they sued Santander, I had already traded that car in. So I didn't go in and get in on that lawsuit because they had to pay off a lot of people's because of the predatory lending and the bad practices that they had going on. Right. So, like I said, Santander ended up getting sued because of the stuff that they were doing to young people trying to purchase cars. So, or really anyone with a poor credit score or a new credit profile. But so, like I said, I'm realizing what they're doing. So I said it's time for me to change the game. And I wish that I had that phone with me right now, but I got it at the house. But I started changing people's lives with this, not this particular phone, but with phones, iPhone 10, red iPhone 10. I started changing people's lives with just this, just the phone. Simply getting in my car in the morning. You go back and watch my first videos. They're still out there. They're horrible. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you go watch them, if you got AirPods in, turn your sound at least halfway down because you're gonna hear from all the wind and everything else from me recording in the car. But you see me in the car recording on my way to work, recording, talking about the things that I'm learning, talking about primary trade lines, authorized user trade lines, talking about APR, interest rates, car deals, how to properly purchase a car. You're going to hear some great information, but I promise if you don't like this sound right here, you're not going to like them videos because that's what it sounded like. We came a long way, y'all. We started from the bottom, now we here. All right. So, like I said, recording those videos and just putting them out. And one day I'm on the internet and I've been applying for different cars, different products. I had gone through my jewelers and stuff thinking that was going to help me, not realizing it was putting consumer finance accounts on my credit report. Then I end up going to Capital One, not realizing they're doing a tri pool. Then I get with Discover. Excuse me. And Discover did much better. And then I start realizing, okay, I need to be with better banks. So now I'm going to Navy Federal. Now I'm going back to Bank of America. I'm going to Wells Fargo. I'm going to bigger and better places. But before, I didn't know. So I didn't have the knowledge. I gotten offers from American Express cards and I threw them in the trash because I figure I'm I'm broke college student who, I got a little money to the side, but it ain't got nothing big. Few $1,000s. It ain't nothing grand. And my mama told me you had to be rich to get American Express card. So I knew they wasn't gonna accept me if I applied, so that wasn't on my list. That wasn't on my to-do list, right? I went on my to-do list to get my feelings hurt some more. So, like I said, we just didn't know, didn't have the knowledge. So now I'm gaining the knowledge at this point. So still to this day, I don't consider myself a guru. I don't consider myself to know everything, but I know a lot more than I did then. Um, and so I went through my credit journey, started getting all these different cards and different things. But what really set my credit journey to another level is two vital turning points following the car deal. The first one, it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I learned credit repair and how to remove derogatory accounts from your credit report. And I see this ad, and the ad is for a credit building product, and it says it's free. Some of you know what the product is already, some of you don't. Some of you, that's how you found me. Some of you, that was the way that you were informed of who Nigel Schroeder was, because this was my first video that went large. Because what I would do is I would get kicked out of at least 10 credit groups every day on Facebook. Because when I was first starting out, I had nobody coming to watch my videos. I couldn't even get 3 people. Like how right now I got 3 people at 12:40 in the morning watching me right now live. But then I couldn't get 3 people to watch me in the daytime. And I thought I had friends. I thought I was pretty well known in high school. I thought that I had people who were invested in me. But it was hard for me to get three viewers. It would be me, my mama, and what's it called? And my sisters. After that, anybody after that, if I was trying to get 10 views, I couldn't count on 10 views a video. So I'm posting in all the credit Facebook groups that I can find to try and get some traction into my videos, because I knew that if you got people to come to YouTube to watch your videos, that YouTube will give you some favor and start bringing you in some viewers, right? So this is what I'm doing. So I'm posting it in all these different credit groups. So um basically what I had to do was I find this app, and it says free credit builder. So I say, okay, I'm gonna take a gamble and I'm gonna apply for it. Get these people my social, everything. And worst come to worst, I just have to go ahead and I just have to go ahead and get it removed off my credit report. It'll take me another 30 days, whatever. I don't plan on applying for anything right now. I'm in the gardening phase. I got 30 days to waste. Well, 60 days, because I gotta wait 30 days for it to post and another 30 days to get rid of it. So apply for this account, and I just sit there and wait for 30 days. And then finally one day, boom, it pops up. Whew, sigh of relief. It pops up, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe this was real, because I'm thinking I'm getting scammed when I put my information in there. But I said, why not try it? What did I have to lose? So it pops up, and I get the trade line. So I go to YouTube. I go to my little recording area I had in my house in the hallway. I shoot the video. I go to Facebook. I start posting the video everywhere. I got a text message group. I'm texting the video out to everybody. I get kicked out of a bunch of credit groups, right? But it's this one guy, and he says, "Hey man, I got a credit group. I see that they kicked you out of this group. I watched your video. It was good. The product, what's it called?" He's like, and you showed that the product was legitimate in the video. You showed on your credit monitoring that it was legitimate. And so I'm gonna post your video in my group. It's not, thousands of people like the group that we were in that they kicked you out of, but I got a couple hundred people, but they're pretty loyal. Well, those couple hundred pretty loyal people came right over to my page, and my video just started blowing up, and it went from 0 views to 10 views to 20 views to 100 views to I look up at the end of the day, it's at 200 views. And then a couple days later, it's 1,000, 2,000, all the way up to, I think that video ended up topping out um originally at 15,000. 15,000 kickoff. And now I don't even know many videos, or how many views that video has. Let me check. Um, yeah, the first video that I did on Kickoff, 9.9 thousand views. So like I said, right at 10,000. Um, then of course I did a follow-up video. That video got 6,000 views. Um, you know, and just over and over again, posting videos and getting the traction from that particular program. And it built my channel up, and that's how I got a lot of my initial subscribers. Um, and that really motivated me and just let me know that what I was doing was working. And it just made me really put more effort into learning and creating today the channel that we have. Then the next vital moment, I'll tell you, is when I figured out the Navy Federal hacks. Because I'll never forget, I'm in my house and it worked for me. Navy Federal gave me a $10,000 card, and I was like, whoo, whatever, I'm happy. When the Navy Federal hack, when I figured out that I'd figured out their internal scoring system enough to figure out how to make it work for somebody with bad credit. When we did my dad's, and my dad had a mid 500 score, and we got back a card for $6,000, well, nearly $6,000. Vital moment. That's when I went crazy with the Navy Federal content, putting out content, talking about the hacks, what you can do, the different ways that you can navigate the system, build your internal score, not have to worry about your credit report. Excuse me, in your past from your credit score eating you up and keeping you away from funding. And that gave me that second boost of motivation, and that notoriety of being known as something, being known as the king of Navy Fed, being known for having the Navy Federal methods and producing quality content. And when that popped out, that just took me to another level and brought me to where we are today. So let me get to these comments real quick. I see we got some more comments. Aaron says, I think I hit a stagnant point. I got to figure out what I need to do to keep growing. All right. So whenever you feel stagnant, what you have to do is you have to think around the box. What can you do slightly different from what you typically do to take yourself to the next level? So like myself, I was recording at night, waiting for all the kids to go to sleep. And so then finally I said, you know what? Why don't we, instead of waiting for the kids to go to sleep and then you're tired and you're all way out and can't stay up and all, how about instead of that, we just find another space for you to be able to record where you don't have the noise and all those other issues. Think slightly outside. Think slightly around the box. How can you fix issues, or how can you get closer to what your goals are? That's why having a vision board and having goals and time blocks and things like that is so much of a necessity, because you have to set out for what you truthfully want. When you set out a vision and you climb towards that goal every single day, it makes a huge difference. Shy Sarai Vlog says terrible. I saw when she said terrible, so I know what she was talking about. She wasn't talking about my content. She wasn't talking about my live stream. She was talking about the deals that Santander and these other banks were doing with the cars to give out predatory loans and predatory interest rates. Aaron Ford says, LOL, the sound was crappy, but it was good info. Hey, it's the truth. I'm gonna give you all the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I ain't got no reason to sit up here and lie. It's the truth. You can go back and watch it. I sat down one day and I said, hey, y'all let me know if you want to see this. Let me know if you want to see this. But I sat down one day and I said, what if I just took out the time to go back to all the videos that I first shot. So like my first 100 videos that were all those sorry videos, and just re-record them with the quality that we have today. What if I did that? Just went back and took all the OG videos, the original videos, and re-recorded them with the new equipment so that the new subscribers don't have to go through that torture. And just, unlist those, and we keep those as a secret. But I kept them up for authenticity. That's really why I kept them up. I didn't keep them up for views. I kept them up for authenticity because I wanted people to be able to go back and see where I started. But sometimes I just think about polishing the channel and removing those videos and reposting with more quality. So y'all let me know. You let me know what you think. Let me know. I want to know what y'all think. All right. I want to know what y'all think. Because personally, like I said, I've thought about it a few times and said I could just take out a couple weeks and just sit down and re-record all that content and repost it. So I want to know what y'all think. Aaron Ford also says that's how I found you in those early days. Yes. Kickoff was a big video for me. Free primary trade line, reporting, everything. I actually sat down with the creators of Kickoff on a video conference and thanked them. And we had a good conversation, a good sit down. And I'm proud to say I was able to be a part of promoting their product and marketing it out to people. And I'm proud to say that they were a big portion of my channel growing and getting to where it is today. So big shout out to them as well. Aaron said, remaster the videos and put the originals into a section for your OG subscriber. I like that. You know what? I could do that. So I could remaster those videos, and then I could take those videos and I could list them on a separate channel. That's the thing, is where the masters to those videos. Well, let me not say where are the masters to those videos, because I know where they are. But going back and pulling all of them and titling them again. You know what I could do? I could slowly but surely re-record them, and I could just make an unlisted list and put it in a Google Doc and put it out there for the people who want to see the original videos. But for the people who just want the information and the quality, take those videos out and bring the information and the quality to those people. I like it. I definitely like it. We're going to make it happen. How about that? We're going to make it happen now. Now I'm happy to say that we got a more definitive answer. Anybody else in the stream, let me know what y'all think. Man, but hey, it's what, 12:52. Ooh. But Aaron said, bro, we need a call soon. I gotta catch you up on some things. Hello, hey, boss, let me know. If you want to call me after the stream, I still gotta drive back home. And I'm about to get off of here in a minute. Or you can always call me, later on today, because it's Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday for you too, because you and I ain't gonna disclose your location, but we're both in the Eastern Standard Time. So I ain't gonna say whether he's in Canada, New York, or the Virgin Islands, or where. Shoot, I never know where Aaron might be anyway. But y'all get the point. But once again, we've been on here for an hour and now 9 going on 10 minutes. I just want to thank everybody who's here. Thank all of you for volunteering your time to be present tonight, this morning, whatever it is for you in this stream. Thank everybody who supported the channel from the start to today. Thank everybody who came over from Rod's channel. Please make sure you subscribe to all the channels in his network as well as the channels in my network. Please let me know if there's any content specifically that you all want to see. please, please, please share these videos out with others. Let's build a family. Let's grow every single day. Even if you don't want to say that you watch my videos on the regular, you could just go on Facebook and you could type, wow, I can't believe what this young man said in this video, or just click on a short and share it out. I just saw this short on YouTube of this young guy and blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, you ain't got to act like you watch this type of stuff. You ain't got to do that. Just share it out. Right. But last but not least, please take care of yourselves. Please take one stride every day towards greatness and putting one foot in front of the other and making yourself a better person every single day. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being tuned in. Please do not sleep on the money. Wake right up, rise and grind, and take yourself to the next level every single day. Thank you guys for watching. Can't say it enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will see you in the next video, or in this case, the next stream.